Welcome to this episode where we address one of the most fiercely competitive and emotionally draining stages of the onboarding international talent in Norway, which is navigating the brutal reality of the local housing market. You might assume that because your new executive hire is arriving with a highly competitive corporate salary and a generous relocation allowance, they will simply browse Finn.no, point to a premium apartment in a prestigious neighborhood in Oslo, for example, like Frogner, Majorstuen or Tjuvholmen, and sign a lease by the end of the week. I am Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group, and I need to prepare both HR departments and relocating professionals for the harsh truth that in Oslo's hyper-competitive rental landscape, money alone does not guarantee you a home. When a high-quality property is listed in a desirable district, it is completely standard for the landlord to host a public viewing, known as a visning, where 20 or 30 highly qualified prospective tenants show up simultaneously. This instantly creates a high-pressure bidding war, but unlike a traditional financial auction, a Norwegian rental bidding war is rarely won simply by offering to pay a higher monthly rent. Instead, it is a fierce competition of trust, stability, and local credibility, which places newly arrived expats at a massive, almost insurmountable disadvantage. When an individual expat stands in that crowded apartment, trying to make a good impression, the landlord sees a massive risk profile. The expat typically lacks a Norwegian personal number. They do not yet have a BankID to digitally sign the lease. They cannot easily open the mandatory locked deposit account known as the depositumskonto. And they have absolutely no local rental references to prove they are a quiet and respectful neighbor. In a desperate attempt to win the bidding war and secure a roof over their family's head, many foreign professionals will try to leverage their corporate relocation stipend by aggressively offering to pay 6 months of rent in cash upfront, assuming this will demonstrate overwhelming financial dominance. In the Norwegian market, however, this aggressive tactic almost always backfires. Landlords here are deeply risk-averse and value long-term stability, strict adherence to rules, and culture fit above all else. So an applicant throwing around large sums of upfront cash is often viewed with deep suspicion, and the landlord will almost always bypass them in favor of a local Norwegian applicant who has a standard verifiable income, local references, and a polite, quiet demeanor. For a corporate HR department, watching your star hire loose apartment after apartment to local applicants is agonizing, as it forces the employee to remain stranded in extremely expensive short-term corporate housing for months, completely draining your relocation budget, exhausting the employee's energy, and severely delaying their ability to actually settle into their new role. The only proven way to consistently win these rental bidding wars and secure premium housing for your international talent is to entirely remove the individual expat from the landlord's risk assessment equation. This is where professional home finding services and specialized corporate solutions become your ultimate strategic advantage in the war for global talent. When a seasoned relocation specialist from our team represents your employee at a visning, we fundamentally change the narrative of the application. We communicate directly with the landlord or the leasing agent in fluent Norwegian, instantly bridging the culture gap, answering complex legal questions, and projecting absolute professional stability. Furthermore, we leverage the prestige of the employing corporation, framing the application as a secure, long-term corporate placement rather than an individual gamble. Landlords absolutely love renting their properties to major corporations and their sponsored executives because it represents the absolute pinnacle of financial security and reliable tenancy. Through our corporate solutions, we can often negotiate corporate guarantees in lieu of standard cash deposits, completely bypassing the bureaucratic nightmare of the depositumskonto that traps so many new arrivals in financial catch-22. Beyond winning the public bidding wars on the open market, having a dedicated relocation partner grants your employees exclusive access to the hidden off-market properties that are never ever even listed on public portals like Finn.no. Many high-end landlords in Oslo strongly prefer to rent their premium properties quietly through trusted relocation networks to completely avoid the chaos of public viewings. By equipping your new international hires with professional Homefinding representation, you transform a humiliating months-long string of residential rejections into a seamless, highly prestigious transition, ensuring that your vital talent secures a beautiful home, settles their family, and arrives at the office completely focused on driving your business forward. For those who need help relocating to Norway, managing corporate housing, or winning the Oslo rental market, you can go to our website at NLS Norway Relocation.no, NLS Norway Relocation.no.